Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I go by the name Epic It Was. Remember to like and share to this amazing video. Today I'm here with...
I'm Jacob, or in Accra, I'm Kwame.
Where are you from?
I'm from America. My parents live in Florida.
What made you come to Ghana?
I'm working here as a volunteer. I work with an organization called the Peace Corps, although I don't represent their opinions, but I'm here serving as a volunteer for 2 years. I don't represent their opinions because if I'm speaking publicly, I don't represent them. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
It's a disclaimer, just so you know. Yeah.
What made you wear this?
This I got at the Cultural Center in Tamale. I love the African designs, all of the bright designs they have on the clothing. So I have a couple of tailor-made, shirts and outfits with the fabric that I bought at the markets. But this one is cool because it uses all the different fabrics, and I just love a lot of colors and designs. So that's why I'm wearing it.
You love African fabrics?
Yeah, I love bright colors. I love cool geometric designs, and I love what Africans, or Ghanaians at least, are wearing.
Have you been to any of the tourist places?
Yeah, I've been. We're here at the Black Star Independence Square and the Black Star Monument, right? That's a pretty big tourist place. I've been to Mole National Park up near Tamale in the north. So Mole National Park, they have elephants and some other animals there, so that's pretty cool to visit. Check that out.
What do you think about the poor aspects? How the Western portray the poor aspects in Africa?
There are poor people in Ghana, but there are poor people in America too. There are poor people everywhere. I'd say it's certainly true that Africa's resources have, to some extent, been exploited, and so in some cases they're worse off for that reason. But I think, my opinion is that we should all be working together regardless. For every poor person, we should be working to lift them all up and to be working together. Africa or America or anywhere in the world, right?
How do Ghanaians treat you?
They're very nice. Everyone is very friendly and welcoming. North, I'm with the Dagombas, and all of them are very friendly to me. And when I speak their language, they're even very happy that that I'm trying.
Local dishes have you tried so far in Ghana?
Well, in the north they have a lot of TZ, or salam is called locally, and of course they have all of the swallow foods: banku, fufu, kenke. Although my favorite is red, which is not a swallow food. That's beans and plantains. Although they don't really have that as much in the north because it uses palm oil, and they don't have so much palm oil in the north. So in the north, when I go to visit Tamale, normally I just get like fried rice and chicken.
What would be your message to the Western about Africa?
My message to the West about Africa,
with your experience.
With my experience, I think it's something that you should come and experience for yourself. It's a unique culture that you can't really experience through media, through movies and stuff. You should come and meet the people and be friendly, and you'll have a very nice time.
What have you learned so far in Ghana?
What have I learned?
Yeah.
Well, I learned a lot about the local culture where I'm staying. So I learned all about the local drumming and dancing, and I learned how to be part of the community, how to be helping each other out. I think people are much more individual in America, but in Ghana, and especially where I live, I think everyone is working together. Everyone is brothers and sisters. It's very nice. You're supporting each other.
How do the whites treat the blacks?
That's a very heavy problem. Of course, racism and related problems are existing in America. So you have some people that are racist and some people that aren't. That's how it is in America, I guess.
Do you feel the same here?
It's different. When you talk about racism in America versus here in Ghana, it's very different because obviously there's a very complicated history in America of slavery, and the way that the black community has been treated there is very unique. Here, I come in as a white person or an Obroni, and so of course I'm treated differently because many people aren't used to seeing, well, maybe in a crowd they're used to seeing white people, but where I stay, for many people in my community, I'm the first white person they've seen. So of course I'm treated differently. They'll call me, they don't say Obroni, they say Silaminga in the north. They'll say Silaminga, Silaminga, they'll try to get my attention. And of course in America, if you call somebody white man, they'll be offended. But here, they're not trying to offend you, they just want to get your attention. So there's obviously there's a difference between our skin colors, and I do stand out here in Ghana, but I would say it's a very different vibe than the situation in America.
So what message will you leave in terms of the differences that you've seen?
My main message would be peace and love and having empathy for other people. even those that you don't know. And I think we should all be respecting each other and wanting to learn more about each other. I think that's the best way that we can come together.
When we say Africa in the Western, what are some of the things that you've heard and also you've seen it differently in Ghana?
Well, I know a lot about. Of course, there's a lot of different tribal cultures. There are many, many tribes I know. And so, of course, me coming to Ghana, I wanted to come serve somewhere in Africa, but I didn't really know the difference of any of the countries. So I just decided Ghana randomly. Although I did know about some West African drumming and dancing. Of course, I know drumming and dancing is very important in Africa, right? And me, I'm a drummer actually, so I enjoy drumming very much. And I learned a little bit about West African drumming and dancing in university at Florida.
Okay.
And so now that I'm here, I've experienced many different types of drumming and dancing. Even in Ghana alone, of course, there are many, many types of dances, many different types of drumming. So in the north, they use the lunga drum. Actually, I'm learning it small. It's the talking drum like this. It's called the lunga.
Okay.
So I'm learning that one small. Of course, down here they use the different drums. They have the djembe more, which I like the djembe a lot. I wish someone would teach it to me, but they don't have it in the north where I stay.
Like how the Western portray Africa is something that we should, abolish or let it be like that.
I mean, that's a intense question. I think there's a lot of very interesting and unique cultures here that should be celebrated, of course. I think all cultures should be celebrated. Although I think there's also the more modern side of Africa that isn't always reflected by Western cultures. So it's nice to come here and see that here in Accra, of course. There's a lot of similarities that maybe you wouldn't expect with in America. But everyone, I heard before I came to Ghana, everyone is very friendly, and it's true. Everyone is very friendly and open, especially where I live, the Dagombas. They're very kind and friendly, and in my community, they've all taken me in, and they treat me very nicely. If I ever need anything, they're helping me out. Very nice. What should they not carry and bring along?
Yeah.
I think in general, you should always approach people with honesty and with openness. So I think that's very important, especially when you're entering a different culture. It's easy to be open to people that you already know, but when you come to Ghana, of course, if you're an American, there'll be a lot of things that you're not used to. But I think the best way to learn and to grow as a person is to approach with openness. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining Epic. It was so nice to be nice. Do you have social media handles?
Nice to be nice. That's true. Jacob Density X Volume is my Instagram. Sorry.
Hold. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to relax. You are not in a rush. Relax. You are still relaxing. No. See.
You know, this one they don't.